Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be part 2 of the Stilt House page from Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. I'll leave a link for part 1 down below in the description. I'm going to be working on these leaf patterns on the roof. Adding some bright green will be a nice complement to all the yellow, peach, and pink tones, and will also be a good balance of cool tones once I do the water. I'll do a few of these for you and then I'll speed up the camera. The first step is going to be a base coat of that 914 light yellow, and then I'm going to go into a light green or medium shade green. This is 912, and just doing that center part and then the very edges. And then I'm going to go into a 909, which is an even darker green, hitting the farthest edge and then into that center part. And then using that 914 light yellow again to blend and smooth out those pigments. And there's a few times I'm going to go in with that medium shade green 912 and just kind of go over more of the middle section. It gives it more of a yellow tone. So yeah, I'll just be repeating that throughout, and so I'll go ahead and speed through after I do maybe one more for you at regular speed. Alright, I went ahead and finished off camera the smaller leaf roof to match the larger one. And I'm going to be working on some more leaves here, this in the doorway and then these hanging down here. And I'm going to be using the same shades of green, using that light yellow, medium, and a darker green. And then I'm also going to incorporate some teals. So I have a 992, a 905, and a 105. And starting with that base layer of the 914, just working that color in there so the other colors can blend better. And then taking that medium shade 912, I'm just going to hit the tops and the bottoms of the leaves. And going to my darker one. And then blending with the yellow. Alright, and then starting with my lightest shade of this teal color, this is 992, and I'm just going to hit again, the tops and the bottoms of these leaves, giving the center more of a highlight. And then this is a slightly darker teal, so 905. And just adding more contrast with that. And then blending with the yellow. Alright, so I'll finish these up and then I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, but it's going to be the same concept for these bigger leaves hanging down. Alright, I'll back out and I'm going to go ahead and finish all the other leaves off camera and then come back. Alright, I am back. So here, I think I have all the leaves done. There may be a few that I missed here and there. Next I'm going to be doing the pots, and I'm going to be doing all these in more of a terracotta color. So the colors I used for these pots are the peach color, 997, and then I'm also going to be using a more orangey brown tone, that's 1032, and a deeper red, 1030. So I will start off with my base coat of this yellow. This yellow has really been working hard for these pages. It's getting pretty low, but it's good because I think it gives a nice consistent look throughout the pages. Again, the base layer is just to help kind of, when I get to the blending part of it, it makes everything go on smoother and blend out smoother. Alright, so then taking this more orange tone, I'm going to just hit, again, the edges, leaving that middle part the highlight. I'll do a few of these for you, and then I'll speed up the camera. Okay, and then I'm going to blend all this with the peach tone. And to create a deeper shadow, I'm going to use that 1030, which is like a really dark red. And then blend out again. Alright, really loving how these are turning out. I just took a dark brown and just to kind of really define the shadows a little bit more, hit into some of that. And I want to balance out those shades over here on this page too. So I think I'm going to have a terracotta kind of tile roof over this more column style building. All right, on to the water area. I've been kind of dreading this because I know it's going to be tedious and take a while. So the colors I'm going to be using are some of the same colors I used for the blues on top, which are 1086, that will be a good base color, nice and light and blending. And then 1024 and 1025, so those are kind of those blue periwinkle tones. And then I'm going to incorporate a little bit of green in there in just a few areas, so 912 and 920 in the Prisma colors. And then I'm also going to be incorporating some brighter blues, so 1040 and 903. So I'm going to continue on repeating these colors in random areas, not really paying any particular attention to what goes where. And I'm going to finish up off screen and then come back after the second page is done. All right, all done with the water. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. It might be a little too dark. I kind of wish I would have softened up the colors a little bit more, but I think it is a nice balance for the darker green on the upper half of the page. So next I'm going to be working on this house. I think I'm just going to color it a nice neutral color like the yellow and peach tones. I don't want to draw too much attention to it. Though I do want to make a nice blue door, so I think I'll have a nice blue door and some pink curtains. So again, using some of the same colors that I used throughout just to keep it consistent. So some areas I will be leaving white, around some of the buildings, some of the rope I want left white, but I will be adding a little bit of this lavender color for the shadows. Alright, this little house I want left white. I am going to add some light blue first, just to create a light shadow effect on here. And then I'll be going in with that lavender color and adding a deeper shadow. All right, for this part, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I kind of go back and forth on some colors. I first start out with that peach shade, and I'm trying to decide, do I want it pink or like red or brown? I don't know. So actually, I think I'm going to be using some teal colors. I think I need some more balance of teal over here in this area of the page. So I'm just going to go on one side with this medium shade teal, kind of doing a shadow on the top edge and then the right side, blending with that yellow. I'm not quite getting the blend or the definition that I want, so I'm going to try this light blue, and it's still not really giving me the look I want. So now I'm going to take a darker teal and again just go around here to darken these edges up. All right, still struggling with this one over here, so I found a darker teal and I'm just going to go through more of the shadow areas and define that area a little bit more. All right, next for my boat, I imagine this boat to be a white boat with red accents on it. Although because it's in the water, you know, it never stays white. So I'm going to be distressing it with some greens and some browns also. So because it's white based, I want this light blue to just kind of go over around the edges. And then I'm going to do these windows in a red shade. And the trim around these windows too. Alright, so I'm going to take my lavender and I'm just going to hit some of these deeper shadow areas around the edge of the boat, underneath these little scallop circles here. And smoothing out with that light blue. Right, then adding a little bit of green, just really light pressure, just kind of flicking up some green here down at the bottom. And then smooth that out with the light blue. Okay, distressing just a little bit more, adding some brown in here. Just running it along the edges, making it nice and dirty. Alright, I'm going to be working on a few other little objects in here at a faster pace. So just a little bit of white striped and pink and yellow stripes. So the yellow is the highlight for the pink, and then the light blue is a highlight for the white. These little parts are going to be yellow and brown up here. I'm going to do my flag, which is going to be more of a pink flag. So I did a base of the peach and then a darker pink shade, that raspberry shade, going over with pink and then smoothing out with yellow. So these bottles, they're going to be a darker shade at the bottom where the fluid would sit down there because they're kind of tilted at an angle. And then I'm just going to use my blender pen, or sorry, my blender pencil to kind of blend out some of those colors. For the lanterns, I'm using a dark gray, a light gray, and my light blue, keeping the very center of the glass portion white and then highlighting with yellow. And the birdcage I'm doing in shades of golden colors, so some yellow and oranges. My bird is going to have a blue wing and head and then some tan shades. Alright, and for my little butterfly here, it is a monarch butterfly, so shades of yellow, orange, and red. And then I do the black ink falling from it and landing on the leaves. Alright, off camera I went ahead and finished the last of the little objects, but as I'm showing you up close here, I'll kind of talk and go through what I did. So the first thing for inside the doorways and the windows, I added some grays and blues towards the bottom, and then as it goes up, some more yellows, and then blended with a peach, that peach color pencil. I did the buckets in some gray shades and some light blue to blend, adding a white Posca for the shine. Same with the lanterns. It's hard to see the white reflection line, but it's in there. I also used the white Posca for a bottle reflection, and then some little dots. It's also kind of hard to see, but there's some little dots coming at the tops of the waves, kind of coming up almost like they're splashing up on the wood beams. And a little bit of white specks on some of the leaves. So overall, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I love the color combinations, the overall feel of it. Yeah, I'm just really happy with it. So hope you guys enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time.